Welcome to the good life. Welcome to the good life.
The wait is over.
Welcome to the good life.
Good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Relationship Tuesday, and we have all of the crew in the studio today. We are here with Henry, we are here with Ty, we are here with Brian. He's done at XU, and we are here in the studio with Uche. And we have a great show for you. And I was in the studio listening to the guys this morning talking about the men and the responsibility of a man, and I was like, yeah. But y'all know, if y'all listen to us every week, which you should, well, we started a movement last week regarding the movement of the women. So I'm glad they were talking about the men, but we're going to reach out to the ladies as well. And they were talking about this earlier, which really just piggybacks on it. The responsibility of the women to have their standards. And if we all have a set of standards, whatever those standards may be, we can raise the bar. And if we raise the bar, what do men do, Uche, would you say? Because I love that you gave the information last week. You were like, you going to rise to the occasion, right?
Yeah, we rise.
Tell it.
We rise.
So if we raise our standards as women, what are the men going to do?
Rise. But if y'all lower y'all standards, we like, oh, okay, you going to let us do that? So be it. Let's do it.
Well, this is a movement on the Good Life movement. All of us ladies are going to raise the bar. We're going to raise our standards, and we're going to have no weak links, because that's how we're going to strengthen our community. So I'm putting that out there, and I'm going to challenge all the ladies out there to make sure that we stand together. We stop tearing each other down, because that's what's happening in our community. And speaking of tearing each other down, that's a little bit about what our show is about today. I don't know how many of you are on social media, but this weekend there was a storm of opinion regarding Ayesha Curry. And if you don't know who Ayesha Curry is, she is the wife. Well, number one, she's an amazing chef in her own right. But she is the wife of Stephen Curry of the Golden State Warriors. And on Saturday, she sent out a tweet. She said, "Everyone's into barely wearing clothes these days, huh? Not my style. I like to keep the good stuff covered up for the one who matters." Now, for me, I didn't see anything wrong with her tweet. It's her opinion. It's how she felt. It's between her and her man.
Yeah, you're
she
right.
put out
it
her
is
opinion. And so, but there was a firestorm and a backlash that she was slut-shaming. And I'm like...
She was what?
Slut-shaming.
What's slut-shaming?
Shaming the sluts who don't wear, who aren't necessarily covered up.
But here's the thing, though. If a woman's feeling sexy and you want to dress sexy, dress sexy.
Well, we're going to have that conversation.
If you want to be covered up for your man, be covered up for your man. But don't down chicks that want to dress sexy and actually look sexy when they dress sexy.
We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that.
I don't think she was down. I don't think she was down at women who wanted to dress sexy. I think what happens is we live in a society now where if you speak your opinion and it goes against what popular culture says, then you get denied your right to speak. So
read it again.
No.
So what she said was just that for her. She never said you're wrong for doing you. She said it's for me. I'm gonna do me, and I like covering up.
And I'm glad you said
Brian,
that, Brian.
If I say for me, all I wear is polo.
But you know
what? But that's like saying anybody that doesn't is like.
But you know what, Uche, I'm gonna hit you with something, and you know you're my boy. You give your opinion on this show every week.
Yeah.
But that's your opinion. But if a caller calls in and disagrees, you say, this is my opinion, I'm speaking for me. And so she was speaking for her. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read a little passage that I wrote for It's On Magazine. You can follow itsonmag.com, itsonmag.com. It's my opinion of the opinionated. As a radio talk show host, every day I exchange ideas and opinions with my audience. I agree with some, and I disagree with others. We have honest conversations that I hope opens everyone's mind to a diverse range of perspective in the world, and that's the good life, giving a different take based on one's life experiences, exposure, and personal preference. I encourage opposing points of view because it allows us to see the world through others' eyes. It allows us an opportunity to remove the rose-colored glasses that we often choose to confine ourselves and our viewpoint. Yet these useful conversations can sometimes go awry when we seek to let me repeat this. These useful conversations can sometimes go awry when we seek to control instead of trying to understand, when we care more about being heard instead of listening. My simple advice in these situations: When our thoughts begin to overwhelm our mind, it is first that we step back and self-reflect as to why you feel the need to deliver your opinion in the first place. Most of us have a hard time with self-reflection. It's uncomfortable, yet that's how we become more aware, and that's exactly why we should do more of it. It's how we grow and how we get in touch with our authentic selves. If you're giving your opinion because you're helping the greater good, or are you feeling your ego and control that it desperately craves? Sadly, lots of our opinions fall in the latter group. If we take time to genuinely reflect, it usually mirrors the unhappiness that is in our lives or touches a nerve of a painful experience yet to be healed. In this instance, our opinion is not actually to help the other person. It's actually so we can feel better. As I mentioned above, it sometimes comes down to control. People try to control others every day, their partners, their family, their friends, their bosses, their governments, their religions. Unfortunately, we do not listen to understand. We hear to respond. We're so quick to make someone see our point of view and force them to agree that we can wag our finger in their face and poke at our chest so that we fail to listen to even what they're saying. And in the end, what does this really prove? That we're right? So a couple of lessons that I've learned from doing this show that have been invaluable are, number one, humble yourself and deliver your opinion with tolerance and compassion. Boot any judgment out of the door and someone may actually listen to you. You know the saying, you get more flies with honey. Number two, the golden rule definitely applies when it comes to voicing your opinion. Let's begin to treat others the way we want to be treated. If everyone did this, imagine how the world would change. And number three, opinions are molded by our life experiences and shaped by our exposure and even by our mind's limitations. We have all lived different lives, which is why we should listen to each other before we give our opinion so freely so that we can try to understand their perspective. It might just change your opinion before you deliver it. With all that being said, having opinion is a responsibility. Express your opinion respectfully. Offer encouragement, not judgment. That's the good life. But of course, this is just my opinion.
I don't see why people even made a big deal out of her comments. I mean, so what? And I do believe that when women dress sexy, they want people to look. Nothing wrong with that. If you look good, you want to show it, hey, nothing wrong with that, you know?
Ty?
I definitely first think that, one needs to define what sexy is. What's sexy for me is not necessarily sexy for another woman or sexy for Aisha. I think what a woman chooses to wear is a reflection of her upbringing, a reflection of her education, a reflection of how she feels about herself. Her attire and her style should convey, some aspects about her character, and where she aspires to go and who she aspires to be. For me, what I put on when I feel sexy may not necessarily be what Eileen may want to wear that allows her to naturally feel sexy and comfortable in her own skin. I personally think she had the right to tweet what she wanted to tweet. It is her opinion. She also has the right to wear what she wants to wear, whether that's more covered up and sophisticated and classy, or if she desires to wear something more revealing and what some define as sexy. That's for her. Now, the backlash that came along with her statement, it's expected. She's a public figure. It comes along with the territory and something she said, and that's that, and it should be left at that.
To Ty and Uche's point, I think you're hitting at the two sides of the conversation. One, her position to speak, which I think, Uche, you're right. When you open yourself up and you make that comment, you're going to get responses because that's why you said it. If you didn't want anybody to respond, you wouldn't have said it.
Innocent statement.
Right. And then the second part is the commentary on the social issue of what's going on in terms of what women wear to be sexy or to be attractive or not to be sexy or not to be attractive, what have you. And I think when we talk about slut shaming, we get into the ideology of what women do to be seen as promiscuous or sexy or whatever it might be. And that's the thin line that I think she walked. But I think I'm going to cycle back around to what we started with, which was the idea of in terms of relationships. And I think Uche hit the point when he says if women raise their standards, men will either rise or they will fall off. And I think to that point that's what she's getting at is if a woman says that she wants to have a certain type of relationship, if she wants to date a certain type of person or she wants a certain outcome, you can't have a bush league budget and expect a palace type living. So yeah, if you're walking around and you're doing things that leave nothing to be imagined or to be desired outside of what I see, I'm not going to put much in. I'm done. I see what I want. There's no more for me to work towards. But if there's a effort that I need to put in to discover the fruits of my labor, then that might build something. So as it always is said, if you want to, build something, you got to work.
Does perspective change something? Because I'm going to give you another tweet that she gave and give you a little bit of background. This was another tweet she gave. Just looking at the latest fashion trends, I'll take classy over trendy any day of the week. Saturday Night Insight. Aisha Curry. So here's the perspective in the background, because I gave you a piece of it. So now's the background. She was flipping through a magazine, looking through the latest trends, and saying that it just didn't vibe with her.
And that is perfectly okay. That is her style. That is her preference. And that's why on a daily basis, there are hundreds and thousands of brands. There are numerous designers. There are numerous styles and trends of clothes to accommodate every woman, from a plus-size woman who is more conservative, it's more focused on quality, to someone who can fit, the most skimpiest and smallest and inexpensive clothes. And that's the purpose. The industry is designed to appeal to a very broad spectrum of women. And personally, I'm in agreement with her.
But what does that mean in a relationship, though? Tell me what that means to you in a relationship.
What that means in a relationship, it comes along with how you dress does support or project some aspect of who you are. We would be lying right now having this conversation if we were to entertain the fact that how I dress don't matter, or I'm not this person because of the choice of clothes that I wear. It absolutely does matter. It's a reflection of you. Mm-hmm. It communicates something about what you're comfortable in.
Look,
what your preference and your style is.
It's respect for the person in your relationship, and that's my opinion. It's respect. If you're going out to eat, put a jacket on. If you're going somewhere with your old lady, dress up, dress nice. It's a sign of respect that you put in effort to go out with this person. Doesn't matter if you've been with them a week or you've been with them 20 years. It's the ultimate compliment to say, I want to look like this for you. Not for me. It's for the other person that you're doing it for, because in a relationship, that's the person you're with, and you want the person to walk next to you with pride.
I just want to say right quick. It's my pet peeve right now. When I go out, Essence, Bayou Classic, when I see a brother just totally trashy dressed, and the lady he's with or the person he's with, she looks like she is coming off the runway, and he looks off, and
he has a white tee and his pants are sagging.
Right, pants sagging, dirty Jordans. I mean, they J's, but dirty J's. And I think about what you said, like the fact that what does that mean? And to Ty's point, what does that mean to say about who you are? And what does that say about the relationship? If you're not invested enough to think, when I go out with this person, I want to put my best image, my best foot forward, then now we got an issue.
You showing how you feel about yourself when with the way you dress.
Hello, Henry.
And you're also showing what you think about your relationship. In my opinion, you being disrespectful, you just wearing whatever you want and being skimpy, and you don't really care about what your partner thinks. And some people, I've seen women more than men.
Obviously, because it's having.
Yeah, they'll get offended, like, my man, doesn't want me to wear that or whatever. I think.
Why would you want to if that makes him uncomfortable?
No, I got the answer to that, because my girl showed me this. She was like, "What do you think about this?" I'm like, "You can wear that. You can't wear it with me. You can wear it with your girlfriends, but you can't wear that with me, because I don't want the attention. I don't want it. And you're gonna get attention. You're gonna get looks. You're gonna get comments and all that. I don't want it. Wear it with your girlfriend.
But they do it. They do it on purpose, though.
Yeah, but don't do it with me. I'm saying,
like, you'll see a woman wear a shirt with no bra, and you know, those things pointing.
Yeah.
And come on, man, it's no
Don't do that
such.
with me.
You can't expect people not to look. You're doing it on purpose.
We're going to hold your point, and we are going to take a quick break. This is The Good Life. We are discussing, you know, women's attire. There was a backlash regarding Aisha Curry's comment regarding how she likes to keep herself covered up for that special person, her husband. We want to invite all of you to call in with your comments. 504-260-9265. 504-260-9265. Your thoughts when we're right back.
Hello, this is Reverend Samson Skip Alexander. Join me each Tuesday at 1 p.m. for Eyewitness to History. We'll discuss how things used to be in the good old days. Join us each Tuesday at 1 p.m. for Eyewitness to History, only on WBOK, 1230 a.m. Real talk for real time.
Are you looking for a better way to get fit? Bored with the same old routines? Looking for results or a way to instill discipline in the kids? Tiger Rock Martial Arts is the answer with Taekwondo, kickboxing, and self-defense classes. Tiger Rock diversifies your training in ways that allows individuals of all ages and fitness levels to feel like a champion. Join Tiger Rock today. TigerRockNola.com or 504-455-9694. That's 504-455-9694 with a 3-class starter pack starting for only $38, which includes your training uniform. Learn, grow, and succeed with Tiger Rock's 3 convenient locations: Old Metairie, West Bank, and Clearview. There's no better time to start gaining strength, skills, and protection for life than now. 504-455-9694. 504-455-9694. See you on the mat.
Hello?
I need help. My hair is a mess and my man texts me telling me to be ready for 8. He has a surprise. What am I going to do? My stylist takes forever.
I got you. Call Ringlet Salon. I just left there.
Where?
Ringlet Salon. They took me within minutes and had me in and out in no time. Very professional, and I scheduled online at ringlets.com.
For real?
Girl, for real.
Does Ringlet Salon hook up your roots?
Looks like I got a perm, and you know I'm anti-chemicals. Ringlet Salon has my hair soft and bouncy. I'm getting the Brazilian Blowout Express next week. It eliminates frizz for 6 weeks.
6 weeks? Okay, I'm all about Ringlet Salon. Where are they located?
Ringlets has 2 locations, one at 4712 Paris Avenue and one in the Hilton Hotel on the river. That location validates parking for 4 hours and is open on Sunday.
Perfect for a working woman like me. That's all I needed to know. I'm going to be fresh from my man.
You will if you schedule your appointment at ringlets.com. That's RINGLETTS.com.
Bye. Go and make my appointment with Ringlet Salon now.
Universal Printing in New Orleans East is the place to go for all of your digital printing needs. Universal Printing offers a wide range of printing services and promotional products. They handle everything from business cards to personalized prescription pads. They even print yard signs, banners, and vehicle magnets. Stop by Universal Printing at 9900 Lake Forest Boulevard in New Orleans East near Reed. Or give them a call at 504-244-1177. That's 504-244-1177. Come on down to Universal Printing and let the experts handle all of your printing, marketing, and promotional needs so you don't have to.
L&R Security provides the good life. They make their mark in the security arena by providing excellent security services for more than 35 years and are licensed in more than 13 states. L&R Security's team comes with a wealth of experience from the military, law enforcement, and law enforcement training. Their personnel is comprised of more than 200 employees trained in video monitoring, special event services, convention services, armed and unarmed security guards, ticket takers, executive security, personal bodyguards, hall monitors, and critical infrastructure personnel that are TSA trained. L&R Security services are provided on a 24-hour basis and have expanded to the newest technology, including video monitoring. Find them on the web at www.lrsecurity.com or call them today at 504-943-3191. Again, that number is 504-943-3191. Live the good life with L&R Security today.
Educating children in New Orleans public schools is a challenge today. It is especially tough if you are the parent of a child with special needs. Pyramid Parent Talk is a radio show for parents by parents, providing information and support. Join hosts Lynn Farlow and Karen Harper Royal of the Pyramid Community Parent Resource Center every second and fourth Tuesdays from 2 until 2:30 p.m. for information you can use. You are not alone.
WBOK 1230 AM, the People's Station.
Welcome to the good life. Welcome to the good life.
The wait is over.
Welcome to the good life.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Relationship Tuesday, and Aisha Curry, wife of Stephen Curry from the Golden State Warriors, but let's be clear, she is a phenomenal chef in her own right. But
when you say that, I mean, just because I don't know.
She's a real chef?
Let the people know.
She's a real chef.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a professional chef.
True. Didn't know that.
Well, that's why I'm saying it, just
That's
for all the
that's
people
why I
who didn't
brought
know.
it up
But for
again,
all of those
because
people
the
who...
people that didn't know, like myself, miss.
That was the line in the song.
Why'd you take it personally?
Because I didn't know.
It was just my opinion.
Oh my goodness, this little girl here.
Oh, but I'm a grown-ass woman. Oh, did I say that?
Oh, yeah, you said that.
Just looking at the Aisha Curry said, just looking at the latest fashion trends, I'll take classy over trendy any day of the week. Aisha Curry. We were discussing fashion trends and what is trendy versus what is classy, and what is sexy versus what is attractive. And isn't it all perspective? Because personally for me, I think you can be sexy covered up. There are certain styles out there. There are certain dresses. They have long sleeve dresses that look like leather, that are fitted to your body, that are, mid thigh. You wear some thigh high boots or whatever. You're covered and it's sexy.
Yeah, but the people that never wham, that's supposed to wham.
But do you have so what is the defining line? Is it that you have cleavage, or is it not cleavage, or is it like side hanging out, or is it when you have shorts? I mean, this is just personally, but I think the shorts have gone too short, especially for our teenage girls. I don't understand why our shorts, their shorts,
because their mama shorts, they're short. That's why.
Oh wow.
Well, I think it's not. I don't think it's black or white. I think the topic that we're having here, as it relates to what's sexy and what's fashionable and what's style, it's up to the individual. Every individual chooses what they believe, what they would like or what they feel comfortable in. Mm-hmm. It's not for me to dictate someone else's style, because what you, Eileen, would feel comfortable in may not necessarily allow me to feel comfortable, feel sexy, feel confident. The things that when you put on clothes, sometimes it allows you to have this warrior suit, and you just feel great about yourself. It's like a boost of confidence. Now, there's a distinction that needs to be made that no, I am not my clothes. I am not my choice in clothes. But, if I could quote a famous fashion designer that you guys have heard of, Tom Ford, showing up well dressed is simply good manners. Hello. Period. It's something, dressing for the occasion and dressing for the part is proper social etiquette, in my opinion. I think the bigger conversation, for me, as it relates to Aisha's tweet, is more of the fact that there was such a significant amount of backlash behind one woman's opinion. And I was having a conversation with a girlfriend of mine, former coworker, where, both PR practitioners. And the issue that we were having with Strictly was she's being attacked for her opinion. Mm-hmm. She's been attacked for her choices, not only by men, but also by women. I mean, not only by women, but also by men. And at the end of the day, she has the right to choose what she believes is right for her.
Exactly.
And you're right about everything that you said, but I'm just going to give my opinion based on what everybody else is seeing and what I'm hearing. Mm-hmm. Basically, what women are saying worldwide is go sit down somewhere.
Why?
That's something you have to ask them. That's the feel that I get, because they do feel attacked. You see what I'm saying?
504-260-9265. 504-260-9265. Why the backlash, though? Me as a woman, I'm looking at it like, she didn't make me feel insecure. Does she make you feel insecure?
Eileen.
Wait, Uche, say that again.
Because you don't dress like that.
She doesn't make me feel insecure.
Because you don't dress like that.
That's my... And that is my
But
point.
think about the women that dress like that. That's the women that's like, go sit down somewhere
But
with all that.
that's my point. She obviously has a right to her opinion, but my point is, why did you take offense to her opinion?
Why do you think police officers are required to wear a uniform?
Identifier.
To identify that that's the police. So if a woman, right. So if a woman wants to wear a slut uniform, that's so we can identify that that's a slut.
I'm going to disavow myself from the comments and sentiments of my fellow men right now.
well, what I'm saying is, I think Miss Curry is messing it up. Like, let us identify, let us see who's what. Yeah. Don't get the slut start covering up and all that. No, let us see all of that so we know.
But this goes back to our good life movement. If we all raise the bar, and sexy does not have to be. Well, then we have weak links. And then how can we ever move forward if we have weak links?
I think what we're highlighting is also the encapsulation, the closed off nature sometimes of society of how we look at women and what's attractive. And so
they trying to bamboozle us, man. That's what it is.
So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm a true feminist in my practice and in my life. I agree and believe a woman can wear whatever she wants. I really don't care. To the point, if I'm dating somebody, I really don't care what you wear when you're with me. What's gonna happen is gonna be the outcome. If you wear something that puts me in a bad situation, I'm gonna blame you. Then I'm gonna say, so you didn't think they was gonna want to look at you or do these things, and you put them in that situation. So what you gonna do next time? And if we don't learn from that situation, now we know where we stand.
You gotta get them back. like if they wear a shirt with no bra and the nipples poking out, you gotta wear sweatpants with no underwear.
We are going to go
and jump up and down.
We're going to go to line 2 with Miss Melanie. Miss Melanie is a first-time caller to the Good Life. Thank you so much for calling in. You are here on Relationship Tuesday. We are discussing Ayesha Curry's comments and your opinions. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm calling. I think it's a disgrace that we think it's appropriate for young women or any woman, even women in my age group, to walk around with half of your behind out. And men know it's inappropriate.
Thank
and
you,
it's okay for them to think that's acceptable. It's not. And we're telling our young girls that it's okay to look like a tramp, but it's not.
Thank you, Miss Melanie.
Amen.
Thank you so much for your call.
But for these young girls, you know why they dress like that? Where they getting it from?
They want some attention.
No, where they get it from?
The magazines.
Get it from the mama.
It gets a lot closer to home.
All of the above.
Yeah.
Get it from the mama. It gets closer to home. Their mama dress like that, they dress like that. My kids, y'all dress what I buy for y'all, and that's it. I had my 9-year-old. She was like, she just really got into this mood because I'm like, no, you wearing this, and she wanted to wear these tight leggings or whatever. I'm like, you're not wearing that. You're not wearing it.
But she had a father in her life to tell her that.
Well, yeah.
And that's the good life. Go ahead, Ty.
I think women. I think when you're born a girl and you're raised, and you have a close relationship with your family and you're learning and you're discovering how to be a woman. One of the things that you're learning and you're trying to figure out is yourself. You're really trying to figure this out. And that's why, what people have to understand and they'll come to learning this in their own time is that sexiness is not necessarily something that I put on.
Thank you. Wait, Ty, please say that again.
It's not something that you put on. It's not something tangible. So that's why, I want to go back to
something you exude.
Yeah.
You exude
I want to go back
sexiness.
to, you have to ask yourself, what is sexy to me? And you have to start with defining what is sexy. And once you define what is sexy, then it'll break down the barriers of changing behavior, feeling as though when I put on my hair, or when I put on my lashes, or when certain choices of clothes, that doesn't make me sexy. It comes from actually within.
Thank you.
So once a woman reaches a certain point in her life, and there's a certain level of maturity that overcomes her, those type of indicators of how she defines sexy, you'll see less and less of it. So I think it's just women looking to find themselves. And I'm not bashing them. They have their own choices.
But we want to raise the standard for everyone, and it's all perspective and exposure. And just like Uche was explaining to his daughter,
Mm-hmm.
you know, don't wear that. But she has a father in her life to say that. I need quick comments before we go to the
I
lines.
just wanted to say that Uche highlights the point, both for men and women. I know we're talking a lot about the female kind of issue of dress, but I think for both men and women, we still miss a lot of these examples of what attractive and sexy can be without being disrespectful or demeaning to oneself or other people. So
Absolutely.
we have to find those examples. So no shade to our celebrity stars, whatever, but until we have more parents like Uche, Eileen, and others, and who can say, look, this is what is appropriate to wear, then we leave open that gap for them to find those persons and entities that will say sexy is little bitty shorts and other stuff.
I'm going to go to the lines because our lines are lit up. We're going to go to line 3 with Robo. And welcome to the Good Life on Relationship Tuesday with the crew. We're here with Henry, Ty, Brian, and Uche.
Good morning. I know the topic is about Ms. Coverwright, but I heard two of the hosts on the show mention something.
Go
Is
ahead.
it okay to ask a question about? Okay.
Absolutely.
I heard two people said people in their own right for their own opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I said, is that something about the U.S. government, or is it something that's opinion that a slogan that these people been saying over the years? Is there actually a law where you have a right to your opinion?
Yeah, you have the First Amendment, the right to free speech. And, of course, your opinion is based upon the fact that you can speak it. It doesn't mean it's true and nobody has to believe you.
So right don't mean like right from wrong. It actually mean a right, like in the law.
Yeah, you have the right. You have the ability to say what you want.
All right, yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. We are going to go to our first-time caller on line 2. Thank you, Willie. Welcome to the Good Life. I'm excited that you called, and make sure you call back. We are here on Relationship Tuesday. Your thoughts?
Good morning.
Good morning.
First of all, I wanted to be absolutely clear. I'm not female bashing.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay? But I agree with the brother that used the analogy about the police uniform. That's about, in my opinion, it's about females that dress the slut deal or whatever the term was. Those are women that don't know the power that they already have.
Mm.
And they use that. I'm 60 years old, and I've been looking at this for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Women that dress that way, and as soon as a man acknowledges the way they're dressed, they automatically seem to be offended. They start saying, why are you bothering me? I can wear what I want. Why are you looking at me?
Yep.
So as soon as females understand the power that they already have, they won't have to do that to try to seem powerful.
And Willie, thank you for calling. You're a first-time caller, but that's really the essence of what we're trying to drive home about raising the standards for all of our women. If we understand the power that we have and what we exude, we don't need to show ourselves off in that type of a way. We already have the power, but you have to know you have the power. Ladies, you have the power already. Go ahead, Henry. I know you're about to go.
Yeah. Back to what Taifa was saying when she said that. She said.
You forgot what she said.
Yeah.
What you need me to repeat?
The part where she said that some women are trying to find themselves.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes they're just trying to find a man.
Mm.
So they're gonna dress a certain way. Look, this is the easiest way. If you know you fine and you know you got a hell of a body and you single for a night or whatever, y'all just broke up. You know if you wear that tight dress, you push them, you know. Yeah,
but guess what? Just going back to what the morning show was talking about, they were talking, are you trying to find a man or are you trying to find a grown boy? Because you're going to find a grown boy every time you do that.
Well,
but
see,
you may not find the man that you're looking for.
Eileen, for us as men,
you may find
for
a
us
grown
as men,
boy.
we're going to piggyback on what y'all were talking about last week. I know for me, look, if I pick you up and I know we're going somewhere to eat, somewhere nice to eat.
Okay.
And I pick you up and you dress like that, we're
Gentilly
not
Italian
going.
pie. We're going to a Gentilly
Well, you can wear
Italian
what you
pie.
want there, but
this your old lady or this just some?
It don't matter. Old lady just met you, whatever. If I pick you up and we going someplace nice to eat, and you come out looking crazy, you ain't going.
What's crazy? A clown outfit or
look?
Or sexy?
All right. I'll put it out there. We're going to
Gentilly Italian pie.
Commander's Palace.
Okay, fine.
And I
You
pull
have
up.
to wear a coat.
Exactly. If I got to wear a coat, you need to wear a dress, not a skirt so low that you got to shave and not your legs either. So
Dang.
yeah, and you got on 6-inch heels, and you got on a tight upper body attire.
Contraption.
We're not going.
Yeah.
We don't match. We don't match the place that we're going to. And the only reason we're going is because of you. That's what women don't understand. We're not going to eat for us. We could eat at Popeyes.
Y'all should go, but go right to the motel
You know what?
after.
We have to take a break, but I want to bring up this question when we come back. Is it embarrassing to the men when you go to pick up the woman?
It's not embarrassing. We ain't going.
We're going to have this conversation when we get back. This is The Good Life. It's Relationship Tuesday. Make sure you give us a call at 504-260-9265. We'll be right back.
Hey, New Orleans, this is Oliver O.T. Thomas, and I want you to tune in for a new show called Better Living every Tuesday from 3 to 4 p.m. that I will be co-hosting with Miss Leatrice Hollis from People's Community. We will discuss housing and economic issues that affect our region, homeowners, future homeowners, and small businesses. People's Community is a local nonprofit committed to changing one life, one family, one community at a time. Be part of this great discussion every Tuesday from 3 to 4 p.m. right here on WBOK, 1230 AM radio, Real Talk for Real Times. Sponsored by First NBC Bank, Stump & Associates, Southern Tile, and Ricky Jackson Meat Company.
The New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce presents the 2015 Biz to Biz Breakfast and Trade Fair, Friday, December 11th at the Hyatt Regency, 601 Loyola Avenue. Featuring a keynote address from award-winning author and business consultant Clifton Talbert. It's the 2015 Biz to Biz Breakfast and Trade Fair, Friday, December 11th at the Hyatt Regency. Registration begins at 8. For more information or to purchase tickets, please visit www.norbchamber.org or call 504-948-0991. That's 504-948-0991. It's the Biz to Biz Breakfast and Trade Fair, brought to you by the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce, Friday, December 11th at the Hyatt Regency, 601 Loyola Avenue. Don't miss it. The New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce, moving business forward.
You're on the move and so is your bank. Liberty Bank now offers you the power to manage your money from the palm of your hand with mobile banking with Liberty Bank. Whether you need to check balances, transfer money, or view transactions, mobile banking at Liberty Bank allows convenient and secure access to your money. Enroll today at www.libertybank.net and download our mobile app. You can mobile bank at Liberty Bank to keep the power in your hands. Liberty Bank. There's freedom here. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Are you looking for a better way to get fit? Bored with the same old routines? Looking for results or a way to instill discipline in the kids? Tiger Rock Martial Arts is the answer with Taekwondo, kickboxing, and self-defense classes. Tiger Rock diversifies your training in ways that allows individuals of all ages and fitness levels to feel like a champion. Join Tiger Rock today. TigerRockNola.com or 504-455-9694. That's 504-455-9694 with a 3-class starter pack starting for only $38, which includes your training uniform. Learn, grow, and succeed with Tiger Rock's 3 convenient locations: Old Metairie, West Bank, and Clearview. There's no better time to start gaining strength, skills, and protection for life than now. 504-455-9694. 504-455-9694. See you on the mat.
Hello? I need help. My hair is a mess and my man texts me telling me to be ready for 8. He has a surprise. What am I going to do? My stylist takes forever.
I got you. Call Ringlet Salon. I just left there.
Where?
Ringlet Salon. They took me within minutes and had me in and out in no time. Very professional, and I scheduled online at ringlets.com.
For real?
Girl, for real.
Does Ringlet Salon hook up your roots?
Looks like I got a perm, and you know I'm anti-chemicals. Ringlet Salon has my hair soft and bouncy. I'm getting the Brazilian Blowout Express next week. It eliminates frizz for 6 weeks.
6 weeks? Okay, I'm all about Ringlet Salon. Where are they located?
Ringlets has 2 locations, one at 4712 Paris Avenue and one in the Hilton Hotel on the river. That location validates parking for 4 hours and is open on Sunday.
Perfect for a working woman like me. That's all I needed to know. I'm going to be fresh from my man.
You will if you schedule your appointment at ringlets.com. That's RINGLETTS.com.
Bye. Go and make my appointment with Ringlet Salon now.
Want to know what's happening in city contracting, education, workforce opportunities, finance, housing, and all the things that directly impact our community? Tune in to Urban Speaks, your weekly news show hosted by the Urban League of Greater New Orleans. Catch Urban Speaks Tuesday afternoons at 2:30 p.m. Urban Speaks is an Urban League community news program hosted in partnership with Capital One Bank.
WBOK 1230 AM, the People's Station.
Welcome to the good life. Welcome to the good life.
The wait is over.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Relationship Tuesday. I have the whole crew in here, and we are discussing opinions. And speaking of it, I want your opinion of our new theme music debuting January 2016. The Good Life radio show will have new theme music, so I am looking for you. Can you deliver the good life? I am looking for musicians, DJs, artists, songwriters. Email me your song at Eileen@tglradioshow.com. That's EILEEN at tglradioshow.com. Eileen@tglradioshow.com. By December 25th, I could make your Christmas wishes come true. Entries will be played on air, and the winner will be played, obviously, daily as my new theme music. So make sure that you email your song to Eileen@tglradioshow.com, because that is the good life. And make sure you share this information. It will be on all of our social media sites. That is Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, The Good Life Radio Show, or at TGL Radio Show, because that is the good life. We're going to jump back into our conversation regarding Ayesha Curry's comments regarding keeping covered up for her man. The tweet that set everybody off on Saturday was, "Everyone's into barely wearing clothes these days, huh? Not my style. I like to keep the good stuff covered up for the ones who matter." The ones who matter is obviously her husband. So
if he wasn't her husband and she was out there trying to get another man, I bet she wouldn't dress like that. Go sit down somewhere.
Oh gosh, Taifa.
I think let me say this. Quite often, now that social media is what it is, and every individual pretty much has a platform to voice their opinion. I think the issue that I have a tendency to have a problem with more so is that we have a tendency to give too much attention to an individual's opinion who lacks merit and is baseless. When someone has an opinion, they are entitled to their opinion. Let them say it, let them tweet it, whatever. But I think the issue that I have is when we spend an extensive amount of time breathing more life into someone else's opinion that really shouldn't matter to us. And for example, last night on CNN, they spent like over 45 minutes debating Trump's last statement about banning all immigration on Muslims. It's at a point where it's so ridiculous and stupid outside of the fact that it being unconstitutionally illegal. Now, with that being said, a perfect example as it relates to style and fashion and with sexy, rather recently, I don't know if you guys know who Tim Dunn is, but Tim Dunn is a fashion guru. He has been the co-host with Heidi Klum of Project Runway for about maybe 10 years. He is one of the fashion industry's go-to people when you want to have a makeover, learn more about fashion and style. And he was quoted rather recently in an interview. Someone asked him a question about the Kardashians and their fashion style, and he specifically said that the Obama girls are the antidote to the Kardashians. And I was I was surprised but happy about it, because I just didn't think that, for one, he would, would share that of all well-known individuals that he could have referenced, but also his reasons why he said that they are the antidote to the Kardashians. He specifically stated that they dress age appropriate. They dress appropriate for their age. And I think that's something that we have to
And appropriate for
reevaluate.
who their father is.
Reevaluate who they are. So when you ask yourself, what am I going to put on or what should I wear and what type of attention will I draw or not draw, those are the things that you really need to evaluate. At the end of the day, we also are in we have embraced a society where a lot of what you don't wear says a lot about who you are. When you make the decisions of going through plastic surgery and getting breast implants and butt lifts or implants, you could simply have on normal clothes, but if your breast and behind is not the appropriate size for your body and shape, think about how that's going to hinder your success, in your future, where you look, you're at extremes of one or the other. So I think a full evaluation of what sexy is and how one defines sexy, a conversation needs to be had about that.
We have a caller online too, Ms. Cheryl, but before we do that, I want to go to some of our followers on Instagram. I have Emmett76 that said, that's her opinion. She's entitled to it. I think it's gotten blown way out of proportion because of who she is. And we have Antithesis of Hip. She said, given all the witching with a B and moaning I have seen regarding the tweet, and now having read it, I just don't get how anyone could get worked up about it. Perhaps offended parties are projecting and or jealous. It is the internet, also known as not a huge deal. There are more important things to get worked up about. So we're going to go to line 2, Ms. Cheryl. So thank you for all of our listeners and our followers who commented on Instagram. Ms. Cheryl, welcome to The Good Life. We are here discussing Aisha Curry's comments.
Good afternoon. How y'all doing?
Good morning.
This afternoon. Me, myself, being 62 years old, when I first came back into the city, came back into my neighborhood, everybody was all excited. I was wearing regular clothes, shorts, weren't tight, baggy. I always tried to keep myself baggy, but I had so many cat calls till it got to the point I just decided to wear long sleeves all summer long, cotton. It was, of course, cotton pants, long sleeves, nothing tight. And if I, as far as those leggings is concerned, if I put on a pair, I got to have something covering my behind. I just can't see myself being harassed by someone because I decided that I wanted to put on something comfortable. And it's like I have to go in the children's department to get something that's going to fit me now, because back in the day I was a size 14 and I lost so much weight working at the Dome and Harris and stuff. I don't care. I dress the way I feel in the morning. I get up in the morning, I get up, I say, well, what you want me to wear today? How do you want me to look? So I go in the closet and I pull something out, and every time I put something on, I like your style. I like your style. And nothing's revealing. Nothing's revealing, but they like my style because I just throw things together. I like brooches. I like to put on 3 pair of earrings. I got one hole in my ear. I got 2 hook-on earrings
you
in
do
there,
your
plus
style.
a clip-on, and I'm like, I don't care. If you like it, you don't. If you love me the way you think who I am, treat me the way with the respect of a human being. Treat me as a conscious person. Treat me because I know who I am. I love myself, and that's what we need. And our kids that's out there that's doing what they're doing, that's the homegoing, no father, no mother, but she's there, but she's not there. She's trying to please herself. She's not trying to satisfy her kids. And you make those kids see, well, there's no love there. So I have to find love in all the wrong places.
Boom.
So our kids are growing up, having sex, and don't have a clue what it's all about. We have a 3rd and 4th generation of vipers, and they have no clue what's going on. And this world that we live in, this cyberspace that we have, it has destroyed this universe. And anybody can hack anybody, and I'm just waiting on a button to be pushed, because that's going to happen. You know what I mean? It's going to happen. And all we have to do is just keep the faith and believe in ourselves, and believe that there's something going on that we don't understand, but there's a spirit man in you letting you know there's what's really going on. Don't pay attention to what these fools out here are talking about, these Republicans and stuff. You think about who you are and what's to be expected is I have to be prepared mentally, physically, for myself and for my family, and this is what it's all about. Just be prepared and conscious of who we are.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ms. Cheryl.
We are soldiers, man. We are peculiar people. Okay? We are kings and queens, and we are still those kings and queens.
We have to be
gotta
prepared.
let our kids know that.
Thank you so much, Ms. Cheryl. I'm going to go the line.
Have a blessed one.
You
Bye-bye.
too. I'm going to actually read another comment on Facebook from one of our followers. Allison said, my mom used to say, Leave something to the imagination, and I completely agree with Aisha Curry.
It's called. No, I can't.
Leave something to the imagination.
So, like, I really, I think we have to be grounded in the reality of the experience. And so when we're talking about Aisha Curry and her opinion and the bigger question around style and trends and fashion, and I think, one, if we specifically talk about black women and the images of black women, we know black women have historically been sexualized, hypersexualized, oversexualized, and been put in that position. And I want to support women once again in just my larger mind of being able to say women have so much that they have to deal with that I will not debase a woman down just to her clothing. But in my personal life, in my choice of friends and relationships, I like a woman who can do a little bit of both, but can be in the middle most of the day.
I like a woman that wears yoga pants.
Oh my God, we're gonna go to line 3.
Wait, let me finish. So yeah, I like yoga pants, but I need a woman who can wear that jacket. Because Henry made a comment a minute ago about some women's attire that might be sometimes intimidating to men. And I think that's a big part of, once again, what we push women to have to feel like they have to make men feel comfortable.
Women gotta have a pair of yoga pants.
Right. But I think the reality of it is a woman who can do a little bit of both but can stay in the middle most of the day. That's the woman who really, really pushes out that true sense of who she is.
But what about the women who have to dress a certain way in order to compete?
Compete for what?
Well,
Here's the deal.
I have a.
You should not have to compete.
Let me tell you.
That is your perception.
Let me tell you. I have a buddy whose girlfriend dresses very. She covers herself up, but when they go out, she's around chicks that are dressing like Kim Kardashian, and he's constantly looking. So she's like, "Look, I got a body like that too."
But you could do that at home.
Yeah, but she's like, why not just show these chicks up?
When you go out, nobody want to be with no woman at home all the time.
Yeah.
She may need a new dude if he can't see that.
Y'all, I got to go to the lines. I have line 3, Miss Lydia. Miss Lydia, welcome to The Good Life. We're here on Relationships Tuesday. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, Eileen, for taking my call. I'm enjoying the conversation.
Thank you for calling.
I had a question. It seems to me that post-Katrina, a lot changed in the way women were dressing here in New Orleans. We were so busy trying to be glamorous, and everything was so disoriented here. I just wonder, did that have a factor on the nails and the hair and the short, tight clothes? And are guys that comfortable with women who are so fashion conscious? Because I see young men sometimes at the basketball games, and they're with a really nice-looking young lady, and they're dressed comfortable, the guys are, but the woman is dressed so sexy till every guy in the building, I mean, she's turning every head. Are you comfortable with that? I'm going to hang up and listen.
Let's ask the guys. Go ahead.
If he's cool with having that trophy, I mean, yeah, you know, that could be your attention getter as well.
No, I'm like.
See, you define that as a trophy, and for me, that's not.
No, I define it like this: if you dressing sexy, I'm dressing. We gonna dress alike. You may have all the men in the building looking at you, but the women gonna be looking at me too. So we gonna match. If we gonna go together, we gonna go together.
Well, I've gotten more chicks having a bad chick on my arm. I would get the other chicks later.
I ain't never needed a bad chick on my arm.
They like, man, he got
Real
her.
talk.
Hold on.
I'm like, look, I know. I determine that when I leave the house. I determine, and anybody does, man or woman, you determine what you're going to attract when you leave the house.
But it's funny because, Brian, you actually alluded to Miss Lydia's question earlier.
Man, look, I don't care. I want you to look good. I want you to. As a matter of fact.
You know what? And that's your opinion.
That is no, that's the truth. I'm sorry. Look, real talk.
But looking good and going to a basketball game with a thigh-high skirt and 6-inch heels, you know, the men are obviously still going to look at you.
It's intentional.
That's my point. That's exactly my point.
And what's key is, like, if we're going to a basketball game, first off, if that's what you feel you need to wear at a basketball game, you might be with the wrong dude. Because I'm in some J's.
She's trying to get a basketball player.
She's trying to be a basketball wife.
Yeah.
Right. But I think to Ms. Lydia's point, and really, like I said before, when I think about the issue, the relationship has to be able to handle those issues. And for me, yes, Uche, I'm going to try to dress up every time to make you look good. And you should be doing the same. But if we're going to the park to run, you better wear some yoga.
Oh, my gosh. We are going to go out
And I'm wearing sweatpants.
Tyrone Hughes, one of our Hall of Famer for the Saints. We're going to go out on one of his thoughts. He commented on Facebook. What was the problem? What's the problem? He's like, what's the problem with her thought? She said, I like to keep the good stuff covered up for the one who matters.
Can
What's
I be
the problem
honest?
with that?
Amen.
Can I be honest
Amen.
about something?
And that is the good life.
Can I be honest about something?
Yes.
And you can
We
call
got
me
30
shallow,
seconds.
whatever you want. I mean, I'm actually went on to actually look at who this dude's wife was and how she's dressed, and I'm like, I wouldn't pay attention. The way she looks, I wouldn't pay attention to it. That's just me personally. And they got some chicks that don't look as good as she looks, but they dress better that I would pay attention to. That's just my opinion, since we're talking about opinions.
This is the good life. This is Relationship Tuesday. Y'all, let's raise the standard. For the women out there, let's raise the standard. We are only as strong as our weakest link. You can dress sexy, you can exude sexiness, but you don't have to have your cheeks and everything else hanging out. That is not the good life. Let's live the good life. This
Unless
is
that's
Eileen.
your uniform.
If that's your right, when we're trying to raise the bar. This is Relationship Tuesday. Open your mind, y'all. Let's live differently.
I mean, seriously.